Fuck.
Head lice. Every parent with a primary age child hates them. And the worst part is you can't get rid of those pesky little critters. Just when you think they're gone, they come right back. And they're not picky. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, clean or dirty, they are happy to move on to any old head. If there's anyone who knows everything about these creepy crawlies, it's medical entomologist Dr. Cameron Webb.
Head lice are tiny little insects that have become adapted to live exclusively on human hair, particularly on our heads.
So what is the difference between a nit and head lice?
Well, it's basically just two parts of their life cycle. The nits are the eggs, and they're attached to head hair, usually quite close by to the scalp. And they're attached with this thick, sort of gluey type substance, which means they're almost impossible to remove. Now, out of those nits, or the eggs, hatch the young head lice. And over the next sort of couple of weeks or so, the head lice move around the head, they feed off the blood on the scalp of the head, and after a few weeks, they're ready to continue the life cycle to lay their next batch of eggs.
So can they jump from head to head?
They transfer from head to head really like Tarzan might swing on a vine. So they can't jump, they can't fly, and they don't survive very well in other things around the house either, like lounge chairs or carpet and bedding material and things like that. They can only be transferred directly from head to head.
Over a quarter of Australian school children have head lice at any given time, and they're especially common among younger children, particularly third graders. So Glenys Lloyd, who runs a Nitbuster program in schools, is constantly busy.
We've noticed an hysteria by parents and some school communities about children having head lice that's far and disproportionate to the problem itself. Head lice were found in the tombs with Tutankhamun and indeed in some of the Mayan temples in South America. So they've lived with us and only with us for a very long time. You don't find head lice on any other critter apart from a human head.
Well, it looks like head lice are here to stay. But how can we keep those nit numbers as low as possible? The best thing to do is check the whole family and act, but in the right way.
In our enthusiasm to control head lice, we can use large amounts of insecticide on our kids' heads, and sometimes what happens is they can build up resistance to these chemicals, which means down the track it's harder and harder for us to control the head lice using some of these insecticides.
All you need is three things: a big bottle of conditioner, a really great comb, and a little bit of time and patience. Anita Levy runs a home bug-off service for busy mums.
The only way to get rid of the eggs is by manual removal. The most important thing that parents need to do is to make sure that when you comb the hair that you petition it very, very carefully and finely, and make sure that you spread the conditioner completely all over. Unfortunately, it's a time-consuming process, but you must make sure every strand of hair is covered with the conditioner.
Comb the hair with a good lice comb, then wipe the eggs onto a paper towel.
You really must get rid of the eggs. If you don't get rid of the eggs, then the cycle starts all over again.
Combing and catching is by far the most efficient way of ridding your family of a head lice invasion. So remember to focus on the head and not the home, because the head is where all the action is.
For more information about nits and other common childhood ailments, don't forget to check out the What's Good For You Pull-Out magazine in this month's Australian Women's Weekly.